back to the channel. So now we're getting back in the videos. K-Swapped EG coming to you guys right now. So now we're gonna go ahead and start doing this. Got a K20. Nobody knows the channel. I mean, the channel ain't that big, but anyways, I got a fully built K20, rods, pistons, cams, Drag Cartel 4.5 cams, complete, bottom to top, build, motor. This is gonna be an NA build. That's gonna be methanol ran, and it's gonna go in a EG 93 hatchback. So I'll go ahead and flip the camera and show you guys the EG, show you everything I got. Right now the motor is up at the house. I'm gonna bring it down. Don't know if the motor's going in today. I'm gonna try to get it to get in, at least put it in today, but I do have a little bit of cleanup to do. Transmission, I want to spray paint it or paint it before I get it put in, and we'll see how it goes. Here it is, EG 93 Honda Civic hatchback. Body is in great shape. Picked this up for about $1,000. As you can tell, I've had this for about probably 5-6 months now. It's been sitting over there by the Connex box, if anybody's ever watched my videos. I used to build the RSX down there, but as you can see now, I have a 20x20 carport, so now I can get out of the weather to do this build. I wasn't going to start this build until I had something to build it in, and the reason is because I'm going methanol. I'm going to have to break down my fuel system every time and clean it out because methanol is really corrosive. The only way you get power off these motors, NA, is, you know, a methanol nitro blend or whatever. You need the gas. You need the really good gas to get these fuckers to move out. So that's why I didn't start this until I got this carport, because now I can do the fuel system after every race or whatever and clean it out and have, you know, kind of an area where I can clean my shit out and store it so I don't get no corrosion. So moving on, right now I'm going to clean the inside out. It's got a bunch of shit in it. I got all these parts right here that are eventually going on this. Motor, like I said, is up at the house. The long block, I'm going to bring it down today. But all this is going in. I pretty much got probably about 80% of the build in parts. A couple little things I need to get: throttle body, fuel pump, this and that. But for the most part, I got all the big parts here. I did at one point sand this down, repainted it OE color. Looks pretty good. I wasn't going for a shade bay look. I was just going for a bay look, a fresh sprayed bay look. But yeah, so that's gonna go in there. A lot of good parts here. I'm gonna be putting in brake booster delete, some tuck lines, and so. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna start getting this fucker going, getting this EG built. No time frame. I'm hoping to get it done before the season, so I can actually get it up at the drag strip and run it. But we'll see how everything goes, how money is, time, and all that good shit. But yeah, as of right now, I'm just going to go ahead and clean all this shit out, make it clean, give the car a nice wash, get the transmission painted. If I can get the transmission painted, dried, get this all cleaned up, I will most likely drop the motor in today, or at least mount it up to the mounts, and then slowly start adding stuff to it. I'm going with a either a hood exit or fender exit. Still debating if I'm gonna cut through the fender. We'll see. I am not gonna do like I did in the red RSX and gut it and cut it. I might gut it, but I'm not gonna cut it. But that's later on. Right now it's just gonna be fully interior. Yeah, I know the weight's gonna slow you down, but right now I'm just trying to have fun with it, get it out there, get it running. Right there is the hood exit / fender exit. Don't know where I'm going. I got the other tube to go straight out. A lot of goodies in there, of course. As the series goes on, we'll be putting those in. Never messed with this platform. I mean, it looks like it's pretty straightforward. There's just some shit I need to probably reach out to figure out you know, little stuff. This is getting a, what is it called, a switch panel. It's all gonna be ran by switches. I don't care about nothing about the cluster, nothing like that. It's gonna be kind of a drag setup, but fully interior for now, and then eventually gutted, but not cutted. That's the key. I'm not cutting this fucker up. It's a good body, good everything. If for in the future I want to put a regular motor in it and drive around the street, I want to keep the interior. But clean body, does need paint, of course. It's, you know, it's an old car. But other than that, no major dents, you know, little dings and shit like that, but it's to be expected. But yeah, so that's the plan, is to get this cleaned up, get the transmission painted, get the motor down here, have the motor put in, and then we'll see when we go from there. A lot of shit to have, a lot of shit here, boxes and boxes of shit. Now, for the long block K20 A2, I dropped about $10,000 in parts. I went, you know, totally name brand parts, Manley rods, Wiseco pistons, Drag Cartel, bunch of Drag Cartel shit, SuperTech, bunch of shit like that. So when I decided to do all the exterior stuff, bolt-on stuff, I went cheap, eBay. We'll see how it goes. But you know, the headers are Jack Spaniel. There's some Jack Spaniel parts in it. I know some people don't like Jack Spaniel, but at the price point and trying to get this thing done, that's what I'm doing. For the fuel system, I am running so everything, like the gas tank is gonna be taken out. I'm gonna take the gas tank out, keep it, taking the exhaust out. Everything's gonna be ran up here. Oh shit, I almost tripped on this lawnmower. Everything's gonna be ran up here on a plate. External fuel pump. I do have a 2-gallon fuel cell that we're gonna be running here, so everything will be ran up front. For that, that's gonna be something in the future that I gotta put on the plate so I can do all that. I'm not doing a big weight plate because of course this isn't turbo and I need this weight as much as I can. So I'll either go wood or really thin metal. We'll see. I've thought about it, but I don't know where the route I'm going. But definitely getting a front plate in there or front mounting stuff to put on my fuel stuff and this and that. So yeah, so let me go ahead. I'm not gonna bore you guys with washing. I mean, when I wash it, I'll give you a cool video of it, or a cool after of it clean, you know, paint the transmission, and then once I get the motor down here, then we'll jump back into the video and start installing. All right, so I got the motor down here right now. Let's see, I do have the brake booster delete in right now. I'm gonna go ahead and run the lines right now. So I started doing this on Friday. I lost motivation, was tired. Saturday I had a bunch of shit to do at the house, and then today is Sunday, so I'm gonna jump back to putting these lines back on, or putting these lines on. And then from there, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have minimal tools here. All my tools are at work, but I have a little bit here that can get stuff done. The plan was try to get the motor in. After doing some research, the header is a lean header, so that's going to cause the motor to lean forward. And I don't know if these mounts are going to work. What I'm going to have to do is get the motor in here, mock it up, mock the header up, and see if I have to buy the lean motor mounts. We'll see when we get there. I'm hoping I can get away with putting the motor in and having enough room to put the header in. If not, I'll get those lean mounts ordered. I'll save these for another car one day. But that's the issue I'm running into right now, is that lean header. I need to get everything mocked up. But first I want to get these lines in here. Shouldn't take too long. I'm not going to drop a video on it. There's the company MPC. They have a video on how to do their setup. This is basically where I got the brake line setup, was from them. They have a video on YouTube on how to do the lines. Everything's pretty straightforward. The only thing is I would have to cut 2 of these lines to run the other lines over here. Which I had to flare them and all that shit, so I'll probably run all the lines except for these 2. I'll cut them and get them ready for when I'm ready for those 2 lines. But I think right now I'm just going to jack it up, take the brake lines off the caliper and run that, and then jump over to something else. We'll see. Also, I did run into an issue of why I didn't put this transmission on this motor, is because I had the clutch fork, but I didn't have the spring. So I had to reach out to people to find one, and I found one. So now I can put the transmission on the stand, on the motor, when we go to put it in. So yeah, couldn't find my other one I had, but moving on. Gonna get these lines taken out and get the new ones put in. All right, so everything's hooked up, as you can see. All hooked up in there somewhere, but right here. So basically the long line will hook up in your caliper, run this way, go underneath this steering part right here, and then up into this one. Okay, and then your driver's side will go here, and then into here, and then this one goes from here into the master, and then the last one will be this single one on the bottom right here, goes up underneath here, comes here, and this will be the last piece I need to put in, which is going to be this piece. As you can see, it's got two doubles and a single. So when I go ahead and cut this, I'll hook the two lines up like that, and then the single line will run into right there, and that's the brake system. So pretty straightforward, really nice kit. I got all this, like I said, from MPC. Watched the video on how to do it on their YouTube. The only thing I do is tighten this up. Of course, it's only me, so I can't hold this and tighten the other side, but that's fine like that. Other than that, brake lines are done and good. So, but then we'll have to fill it and bleed it and all that shit when we get to that point. But yeah, pretty good company. Check them out. I want to say I paid like $500-600 for the whole kit. A little pricey, but definitely worth the money. Yeah, so go check them out. So right now I'm on standby for putting this in. Don't want to do it yet. I'll probably do it next weekend. I think right now the next thing I'm going to do is probably put the shifter in. Let me check. Yeah, I'll probably put the shifter in and see what I can do there. Let's see. Oh, here's the intake manifold. Jack Spanier intake manifold and a QD fuel rail. This is what color I'm going to be running, so I'm going to be changing all that stuff on that motor eventually from red to teal. But yep. So there we go. We got the shifter. This is a Jack Spanier shifter with a Jack Spanier plate for the hydrolock brake or staging brake, whatever you want to call it. So thing I'm having, I got to find the hardware for this. I do have to drill a couple holes on this back side right here, I think. I don't know, I gotta look, but I think 2 holes match up, and then 2 holes I gotta drill, and then I gotta mount that on that, and then mount the staging brake on it. So I'm gonna fuck with that right now and see what I can get going. Of course, you do have to hit this a little bit just to get this to fit right. But let me see what I can do and get this thing installed. And then probably I gotta install the shifter cables too as well. All right, so I was gonna put this on, but I need to find the hardware. It's probably somewhere at the house. So I think as of right now, this video is gonna be done. Got a little bit of shit to do up at the house, but here's all my harnesses and shit. Got everything. Let me do a quick part thing for you. Got the shifter, got that, got all the harnesses, conversion harness. Like I said, I'm running a switch panel, not running nothing here. Got the harness for the motor. This box right here, have a radiator from eBay with the fan shroud on it. You guys already seen the hood exit. This box, let's see, little bolts and shit. As you can see, the shifter cables. Let me stop it. 2.5 gallon fuel cell. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna mock that up. Jack Spanier. We already put that in. We have the shifter cables, steering wheel. All this is fuel stuff. This bag is all Evil Energy fuel stuff, fuel line, fuel fittings, fuel filters. These little black boxes right here. These are all going to be suspension stuff right there. So basically the whole rear end has all brand new components, adjustable tie rod arms, all that shit in there is going on there. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, a bunch of fuel stuff, a bunch of suspension stuff, radiator, mounts. Of course, like I said, I do have a lot of other little stuff to get. Fuel pump, bunch of random shit. I don't know, let's see, I'm trying to think. But yeah, so that pretty much it for today. I'll go ahead and end this video. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing much more today. If I am, it's gonna be little shit. Basically gotta find that hardware for that shifter. So yeah, stay tuned, watch. I'm gonna keep putting parts in this car, put the motor in the car, and we'll see how far we get. But like, subscribe, KO Day. Catch you guys on the next one.